Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unpeeled Podcast. I'm Ayson,
And I am Gabe.
and today we have someone else in the booth. Mr. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, it's Josh Bishop, first ever guest of the Unpeeled podcast. It is an honor.
Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
AKA Bish the Fish, AKA Big Bosh.
AKA Big Bosh. I've never even heard that one.
Yeah, it's his rapper name.
It's a little lesser known, I would say.
Yeah. He's still making it. He's still making it.
I'm on the come up.
Yes.
Sorry guys for the delay with the second episode. We really wanted to make another one, but life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Schedules just haven't quite lined up yet. But now we're here.
But we're back
and
now. We're back.
We're back in the game. Back in the game.
You don't have to wait much longer because we're back.
Also, thank you to our 11 subscribers so far.
I know. You know what?
Tycoons
We had
of the
Hey,
industry.
I'm kind of pressed. The last video had like 10 dislikes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, who's
Really?
disliking our videos?
Yo, who's disliking our videos, man?
We're coming after you, and we're
Just-
gonna make you like them.
Episode 1, shout out Ethan. 18 likes, 12 dislikes.
Sheesh.
Like,
It's
who's
almost a
disliking
1-to-1
our
ratio.
videos? Who's
Dang.
disliking it?
Hey, if you're listening to this, go back and like our video so
I know, please.
our ratio's not as bad. I mean, if you really
Please.
didn't like it, we're hoping that we're improving, at least.
Hey, all press is good press.
Exactly.
No,
Hey, yeah,
no.
yeah. I mean,
We want we want the real good press. We don't want fake good press.
yeah. Exactly.
So, Josh, do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right. I go to school with Gabe and Ayson at Elsinore. I'm a junior right now. I do swim and stuff with them too. Aspiring Eagle Scout, almost
Oh,
there.
Oh, dang.
Car
Yeah.
enthusiast.
Sheesh.
Let's see what else. And aspiring freelance contractor for
Contractor?
electrician and sort of jobs that don't require a college degree, so to speak.
Oh, okay. Smart move. Pay less money.
He does want money. You know, I've been on the money grind recently.
Oh, yeah?
I know.
Flex-
He's a wagey nowadays.
Exactly.
He's got a 9 to 5, a mortgage, 2 kids.
Dude, I've
401k?
been getting my money up before I get my funny up, man.
Hey, they make you pay for that thermometer though, or what?
No one even knew about the thermometer.
No one will know.
No one, not
You know
even the
we're
fans, bro.
talking about it on the podcast. It's alright.
Yeah,
It's
I
alright.
think a lot of
so-
people are gonna know.
Let's get it started. Let's get the main show started.
Exactly.
R.I.P. Prince Philip.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was dead like a few months ago, but
I mean, he was looking a little worse for wear. I think it was
yeah,
his time to
it's-
go.
I think
Or maybe it was
a
his
little
time to
bit
go
past
like
his time.
9 years ago. Was his time to
Dude,
go.
he looked like a zombie. Like it's kind of messed up to talk
They all
about
live
him.
too long, man.
Yeah,
the royal
I mean-
family's got something going on over there.
I mean,
They're
rest
all
in peace to
living
the
way
guy.
too
But
long.
Did you guys watch the that Meghan Markle interview thing?
I did not. What are you?
Isn't that like the ginger dude's wife?
Yeah,
Ginger
yeah. Did you
Prince?
watch it?
No, I did not.
It was actually really interesting. It was like a couple weeks ago with Oprah, and
Mhm.
pretty much she hops on with Oprah and pretty much shit on the royal family like super hard.
Oh,
We're not.
Well, didn't what's his name? Like Prince Harry? Didn't he get like excommunicated? I guess from
Yeah, they like
the royal
they
church
cut him
or
off.
the royal
the royal
family?
family cut him off. Dude, I don't know what's up. Like, I think the royal family, at least to me, is like really weird because they literally hold like no power.
Well,
Like-
it is interesting because they have no political power. Well, I guess they have political power, but they don't. They're not in the government anymore.
yeah.
They don't
So
have. They don't have.
It's just for show, I guess.
It is just for
essentially.
show. Like,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be real, like the Kardashians probably have more power than they do.
That
Like,
is
I'm
true.
not
They
even
probably
kidding.
have
I'm
more
not even
influence.
kidding.
They probably do.
Honestly,
They have more
yeah.
influence. I mean,
I
maybe
think the
not-
only
maybe
thing the
in-
Queen can
in
do
America, probably. I don't know about in England. They probably.
No,
the
I'd say
royal
even
family
like
has
the
more.
okay. comparing, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the only thing the queen can do is like declare war. You know what I mean?
The queen can declare war?
I think so. There's a couple
I'm
things
gonna
that
have
the
to
queen can
look
do.
up what the Queen of England can do right now.
No, she could do like a handful of things. It's just not that many. She can like declare war. I don't know. I don't know specifically, but they don't do that much.
The Queen and government remains strictly neutral with respect to political matters. By convention, the Queen does not vote or stand for election. However, Her Majesty does have an important ceremonial and formal roles in relation to the government of the UK. So yes, it's just all for ceremony. So it's all for show. Yeah, which is it's so weird. Like they got excommunicated because like he married Meghan Markle or whatever. Like the
Yeah.
American,
No, I think no. That's not what happened. I think so. They got married, and then they were just kind of being weird. Like apparently, there's like this some picture that the prince, their wife, like right when they have a baby, they're supposed to like take a picture, and they do that for like everyone. But for
like
whatever
everyone in
reason,
the
like
royal
they
family or whatever.
yeah, like so his brother did it. I think their dad did it. Like just this picture whenever like they have like a newborn baby, right? Oh,
Mhm.
did Ayson leave? Oh, I just said that I was the host.
He's still there. Yeah, he's going on. Just keep the show moving.
All right. Anyways, they didn't even offer it to like Harry and Meghan. They just put him off to the side.
Well, is he like the heir to? The
He's
queen?
the heir. He wouldn't be king ever because he has an older brother.
Oh, okay.
So like his older brother would be king before him. But they left to go like branch off. Ayson said that he had to go eat. Keep recording. I guess the show's just me and Josh now.
Show must go on.
New Unpeeled podcast. Yeah. And from what Meghan Markle said, it was pretty much because she was black, which is pretty messed up.
I mean, I can see that. It's pretty
I don't know. The royal
whitewashed over
family's
there
just
in the
weird like
British.
that, man.
Yeah, well, they have like I don't know. I don't know. I've heard things about like Prince Harry apparently dressed as like a Nazi at some point. And,
No,
like, all sorts
you know
of
what?
stuff.
You know what though? I did see that,
Yeah.
but you know, like the swastika used to be like it used to not represent
Well, it
like
was-
Nazi.
Yeah, it was like a peace symbol, right? I don't know exactly the original.
Yeah, it was literally like a
Yeah.
peace symbol, but then
And then
Hitler-
Hitler and like the Nazi Party took it over, and obviously it's been essentially ruined for forever. You can't see a swastika and not have. Obviously, that's like overtaken its original meaning.
exactly. So
Yeah.
like now, if someone like were to like wear like a swastika shirt and be like, "Dude, I come in peace, bro," like someone would be like, "Man, you man." Or, alright, we gotta have Ayson cut that out, but they'd pretty much just be like, "The hell is wrong with you, man?"
Yeah. Well, another death. DMX. They're dropping
Dude.
like flies nowadays, man.
That one was sad. I wasn't like a DMX fan, but it was just hard. Like because I don't think
It was
he
just
did
rough
anything.
to see him like they had to take. Didn't they take the decision to like take him off life support and stuff like that?
Yeah, like and just the situation how he died. Like he got like drugs laced and shit. Like I don't know.
It's all
I
these
think
prescription
people-
drugs, man.
I don't know if it was prescriptions. I think he was. Homie probably went to go like buy some weed or something, and the dude was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna just put crack cocaine in your weed," and he ended up having like a heart attack and dying.
Hey, you can't do this when you're 50. I mean, your heart just can't take it at that point. 50.
No,
years
definitely.
old. Yeah,
I mean,
If you-
50's not that old, but
50. Well, it is to be doing that.
and then
kind of hard drugs,
Did you
it
hear?
is.
Like he was already in the hospital, and then he got COVID.
Oh. So
Yeah, he got COVID in the hospital.
So did that affect anything, or was he gonna die no matter what? Pretty much.
I don't know. I think he probably could have made it if he wouldn't have gotten COVID. But that's like COVID's already taken people's lives who didn't have like issues like that. You know, people at 50 who have gotten COVID could have just died from COVID. People at 50 who like overdose and have a heart attack have died from a heart attack. You combine those two, and it's like, you know what I mean?
I don't think it says that he was taken off life support. He said it just says he was placed on life support and died with his family by his side.
I think the family like was like starting to like make decisions and say like, should we take him off? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean personally, I would not want to sit like in a coma. I'd rather just them pull the plug on me.
No, dude, you
Yeah.
better not pull my ass off the plug.
Oh, so well, I think that as far as that goes, maybe 2 to 5 years of me in a coma, and then I don't wake up, pull my plug. I don't want to sit there forever.
Don't pull my fucking plug, bro. Do not pull my plug.
Well, say you sit in a coma for 40 years. You want to sit in a coma for 40 years and have
I'd
to never
rather,
pull your plug.
dude, I would rather sit in a coma for 4 years.
I'm saying 40.
Okay, 40?
Years.
I don't think 40 has ever happened. I think 20
it's
is like
been
the
20 years. I think the longest it's like and they've ever gone is like 20 years, probably something like that.
Yeah.
Even
Even
if
at
you
that
wake
point,
up,
you better
wake up
not
as a
not
vegetable.
pull me off.
Then you'll have no brain function. I mean, it depends, but most like 99.9% of the time, you're not gonna like be able to function as a normal human being. I say pull my plug. Give it 2 to 5
Yeah,
years.
no, I understand.
Donate my organs to someone who actually needs it and like alive.
Personally, though, I am absolutely like freaked out to die. So I would rather just be dreaming and chilling for like 5 years, like in my own head, than I don't know, cause I guess like when you're in the coma, you wouldn't realize when you die. But don't pull my plug, please.
I mean, I don't know how it works exactly.
This
I
is like a
haven't died
message.
before.
This right here is a message to my family. Like, do not
if Gabe
pull my
Rubalcaba
plug.
is ever in a coma, do not pull.
If
his
I'm ever in a
plug.
coma, if I'm ever like very, very bad, you pull my plug, I'm coming back, and I'm haunting
He's
your
coming
ass.
back with
like,
a vengeance.
I'm haunting your ass. Like, why did you pull my plug?
Well,
I'm about
I know
to pull
that
yours, man.
some comas you can like hear like what's going on around you, and like you just can't move. So I mean that'd be pretty rough.
That would be that would be horrible. That would be horrible.
I think we're gonna give it a couple weeks, but then we're just gonna pull Gabe's plug, and you're sitting there like
No,
can't
dude,
move,
a coma.
can't talk.
That'd be like almost like paralysis, though.
Well, that's what it is. Like certain comas, you just sit there, you can't move.
No,
you can't
that would
talk.
be horrible. Still don't
Yeah.
pull my plug though.
Yeah.
Or
I'd
if you
rather
could
just
tell that
pull
I
my
can
plug.
hear, if you
Plug,
could tell
plug.
that I can hear, and I'm like giving you tap signals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pull my plug at that point. But, like-
well, I don't think that you can give tap signals or anything. You can't move at all.
I know. But that would actually be horrible. That'd be like just sitting there. Oh, that'd be.
Well, I mean, I don't think that you're like conscious of yourself like laying in a bed or anything. I mean, some people say that like when they woke up from comas, it was like a 3-year nightmare and stuff like that. It's
Nightmare?
crazy. Like, well, yeah, they're like in a constant state of duress, I guess. So like their dreams are all crazy, and you know, I don't know.
Dude. Is it just me? Like, I don't want to be in a coma. But I feel like that'd be kind of, like, interesting. Like,
Maybe
okay,
if I was
what
in a
would,
coma
it's
for,
almost like,
2 weeks or something. That'd be alright.
no, but it's almost like time travel if you think about it. In a sense. Like, you're not time traveling, your body's still there.
But like when
mentally-
you wake up, it's like you did time travel from when you like passed out or whatever.
Yeah, I mean-
I understand.
I think as, like, a kid, that's how I used to think of sleeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like slightly time traveling, like 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah, like, you could either stay awake and be there, or you could fall asleep and, like, time travel, like, to the future.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think, like, in a coma, like, let's say, like, you're to be in, like, a coma for 2 years.
Much larger scale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but when I used to like when I was a kid, and I wouldn't remember my dreams, I wouldn't think I went to sleep at all. I just would have like, I thought I just laid in bed all day or.
I would kind of think that those,
Yeah.
dude, those are kind of weird. Like when you don't dream, like that
A lot of
happens
the
to me.
times I
Like
don't dream. Like
I
I would say
dream like
majority of the time I don't dream.
no,
Or,
I
or I
think I
don't remember
dream.
my
I
dreams.
just don't remember my dreams all the time.
Yeah.
Every now and then I have like a crazy one where I'm like, that was crazy. I'm gonna remember this.
Like if
You know
I
what I mean?
nap during the day, I feel like I dream like or I remember my dreams much better. But if I like it's my normal sleep schedule, I just do not remember my
It
dreams.
depends. It depends on like I don't know. Like I wonder like if there's like some sort of like conditions as to like whether or not you dream. There has to be some sort of
Well,
condition.
I don't think the question is whether or not you dream. I think it's just whether or not you remember your dreams or they were vivid enough that you like they because I think you have to like write them down right away. That's like people have dream journals because you like forget
Yeah.
quickly. I think,
No, but
but
I swear there's sometimes I wake up and I'm like, dude, I just went to bed like a second ago.
yeah,
You,
where
you know
you
what I
like
mean?
roll over and then it's like 4 hours later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see
But
that.
then there's other times I wake up and I'm like, holy fuck, like I just like came back from like living a whole lifetime like with my wife. You know what I mean?
Do you like you have dreams that are like that long?
No,
And like does
like
it
not
seem
like
like a
that
long
long,
time or
but I'll have like dreams. It's weird because when you wake up, it's almost like they're patchy. Like your dreams are almost like patches, where like in your dream, you it feels normal, right? But you don't realize that you're like going back and forth from like place to place.
yeah, it's non-linear. I guess it's just random. It's just your subconscious going with this way and that. What's weird for me is having dreams with people I know in them. That just weirds me out. I
Like
guess
I was
is
talking.
everyone in your dream have to be someone you saw then? Because you can't like
I
imagine
think so.
someone you've
I
never
heard a long
seen.
time ago. I heard a long time ago that everyone in your dreams is someone that you've seen before. Not necessarily that like you talk to or see on like a regular basis, but like your brain, like when you dream, just like pulls like random
Someone's
like
face you saw like years ago or something like that.
yeah,
Or
it could be someone's face you saw like years ago. I think,
yeah, I guess I
which
mean
is
I
kind
don't
of
know.
crazy that like your brain can remember that much.
Yeah, I think it's just the people that are really good at like memorizing things. It's more just being able to access you, like being good at be able to access your memories, like focus on it. I don't know if you can like train that, like to remember stuff more like vividly. I don't know.
Do you have what's it called? Lucid dreams where you like you realize that you're in a dream?
Yeah, I was about to mention this, but yeah, I think that probably like 1 in 3 dreams, I know I am dreaming. Like I'm aware that
Dude, I don't think I've
aware
ever
that I'm dreaming.
fully experienced a lucid dream like that.
Well, like I can't like necessarily affect the dream. It's like the same thing where you're running in a dream, you can't move. Like I can't talk. That happens a lot too. Like I try to talk in a dream and I can't talk.
It's weird when
someone
I
will be
think of
talking to
dreaming.
me and I can't talk. Yeah.
When I think of dreaming, right? I it's almost like my body is like or like my mind or whatever is on like autopilot,
Well,
right?
I think it is, but yeah.
And so, there's times where I swear I think I realize that I'm in a dream sometimes, but I can't always like affect what I do or
Yeah.
say.
It's kind of like you're watching yourself in third person, I guess is what I
Like
would describe it as.
I don't usually realize that I'm dreaming, but I wish there was a way where I could fully experience like realizing that I'm in a dream and
And
almost go
affecting the
like
dream,
yeah,
doing whatever
exactly.
you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, almost go
I
like Matrix, like straight out of the Matrix, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I was talking to like a friend the the other night and he said that like he when he dreams like he's able to like fully change what's going on. He's able to, you know,
That's
pretty much
cool.
says that like he goes crazy in his dreams and like I don't know. I wish there was a way like you could trigger that. I feel like in like the 8th grade I was looking up like YouTube videos like how to lucid dream.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I think that they have like lucid dreaming pills and stuff like that now. you
Really?
can take. Yeah. I think that one of the times I watched a shitty video on lucid dreaming pills. They're like taking lucid dreaming pills for 1 week and documenting the results or whatever. You know.
That'd be kind of crazy though.
Yeah.
That would all. You know what? If you think about it, that's almost like the Matrix. You know what I mean? Because
you are taking a pill.
yeah, no, okay. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's like they're not putting you in a computer, but they're giving you a pill so that
It
you can
allows
like
you to affect your own reality, I guess.
you no. It's like you're almost like going into like your own mind.
I don't
You
know
think
how
about it.
I don't know if it's like Matrix level like capabilities. I don't know. I've never taken the pills or experienced it for myself, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but you like I said, you're that'd be crazy if like that pill or whatever was just your mind is almost like a workspace and you're just like traveling like through it. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that one. A workspace? What do you mean by
Like
that?
you're going into your head and you're just like almost like you're playing like Minecraft on creative times
So
like
so you're playing Minecraft on creative and you're creating your own dream. You're
yeah, almost.
changing everything. I don't think
Yeah.
it is that like. I
That'd
mean,
be
I don't
cool
know.
though. That's what
It'd
I'm
be
saying.
cool, but I don't think that a scientist could just simply create like a compound that like this compound makes you be able to create your own dreams. I don't think
Okay,
that
but
would
okay,
exist.
okay. I think that they could create this though. Like think about it. Or this is kind of related but off topic. Um did you ever play Fallout 4?
No, but I'm a little bit aware of like the story and
So
stuff. Like,
there's
wait, is
this
that where you like go in the freezing chamber for forever, like at the beginning of
yeah.
the game?
Well,
Yeah.
there's this one part in the game where they go to this one area and they almost have these like memory um these like memory chambers where you could like go back and like recollect on like old memories that you had. And
Yeah.
if you like so let's say I I talk about like 5 minutes ago, right? Or and I can remember 5 minutes ago. Like look at this grape, right? See, I could eat this grape right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 5 minutes from now, I could remember that I ate this grape, but I'm not actually going back and eating the grape. Well, in the game, what
So you're just
it is,
watching your old memories, I guess.
you're like watching your old memories from like first person, and you can't necessarily change them, but you're like watching as they happen.
So
And I
what would this do? Alright, so that like that's how a dream would be. You would like watch your own memories from
almost,
like
I think they could do that, or even do this dream thing. If you think about it, that's almost like that's almost like time travel to the past in itself.
yeah, it's time traveling, but you can't like affect anything. So you can't break the laws of time like they always say in movies. You know,
Yeah,
it's like imagine you could travel back to any time, but you could just watched like it was like a movie or something like that. And
yeah,
you were like from someone else's perspective. You just kind of you could just watch and do nothing. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's still time traveling. You just can't affect what happens.
Well, that goes to a whole other can of worms. Time travel, ever gonna happen?
You don't think it can happen?
No way. That's
I don't think it could happen either.
I don't think there's any way this time travel's gonna happen.
I remember
I
Coogan
knew
was talking.
I do know that there is some minor form of time travel already. If
Like,
you go on an airplane and it's like certain time zones and you
buddy.
travel like far no hear me out. So let's say you're traveling from like United States to Korea or something like that. Or like Korea to United States. Obviously you're going back in time like 3 days, but then like a day that has nothing to do with time zones. But you will actually be like 4 seconds ahead of the time just because of how fast you're moving around the Earth. So like time where you're at is going faster than everywhere else on the ground. So let's say you could get a plane that could go like 5,000 times as fast as that plane. Would you be able to go to the future like 2,000 seconds or something like that?
That Loki has me like, I'm trying to like comprehend what you said, and at the
Well,
same time.
So you're in a moving plane, and the plane
So wait,
is
wait,
going
wait.
like
So
5,000
you're
miles
saying
an
what you're
hour.
saying is being up in the air, you're going fat, like
You're moving in the plane. You're moving faster than everyone else on the ground. So time, I guess, is somewhat moving quicker. Well,
How does that
it's
even
like
make sense?
4 seconds ahead.
Okay,
Or
do
something
you
like
remember
that.
when Coogan was talking about time travel? And
I don't know. I missed a lot of class over the over the last semester. I've missed a lot
okay,
of
this
class.
is when I used to like actually like pull up, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much what he was saying is you get into like a spaceship, right? You fly like, I think he said like you fly like a light year away, right? That's 1 year, right? So let's say you get there in a second, you go 1 light year in like 1 second, right? And then you come back in like another second. You were gone essentially for 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
But you traveled in light years, and so 2 years passed by in that 2 seconds that you were
So
gone.
you're saying, well, so then if we can ever, I don't think that technology could ever allow us to travel at light speed, like Star
Not
Wars,
necessarily
but-
like in 2 seconds. I think
I mean,
eventually
what
we
if
may
like
be able to
someone's
travel.
like on the way to Mars or something like that? Will they be going slower or faster, like depending on because they're moving in a spaceship for so long? Because they're in
I
there
think
for like
time.
years.
Yeah, time is essentially almost. I don't know if it's slower or faster. It's slower for you, but time keeps going. I don't know. That's what doesn't make sense because time. The reason why I think time travel isn't possible is because time is like made up. You know what I mean? It's
Well, so you're
just
saying that like time was like something that man thought of to like
yeah. Time is
create a cycle
man-made.
of day and night and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Hours and
that's
all that.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Our version of time is just how many times we rotate around the sun and how many times
And
the
how many
earth
times the sun
rotates.
rises in the or the sun rotates around, or yeah, the sun like rises and sets and all that. I think it was
Like
just to rationalize what was going on around you.
I don't know if that's just
essentially.
to rationalize. I definitely think it was to keep track, right?
Yeah.
Because what's something that's like I don't know if the days just never if it was always sunny, essentially like it was never always sunny, but like if there was nothing dividing like day and night, I don't know. Anyways,
I know
as I was saying,
Yeah.
time is made up, right? And
Yeah.
you can't touch time. You can't like you know what I mean? Like
I guess you're saying that time itself cannot be changed, only like what you're doing, like in that time, or whatever.
yeah, kind of like because look at our time. Our time is how many times we rotate around the sun. A year on Mars is a whole totally different time, or it
And a
takes
year on Earth.
longer
It
than
takes
like a
longer
year on
because they're
Earth.
farther away from the sun. I think
Exactly.
it's like what's it called? Not called a day on Mars. It's called something else.
But
It's like
if you
yeah.
think about it, like let's say I'm on Mars, and then you're on Earth, right?
Yeah.
And we're both just chilling. We're both there at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But according to like Mars time or whatever, since this is like a year and it's taken longer, essentially I'd be like a year younger, right?
Well, I
But
mean, based
but
on
it's
Earth
still.
years, it just depends on what you define it as, I guess.
I know, like, okay, right now I'm not explaining it very good,
Yeah. Well,
but you know
you're
what I
saying
mean.
like so if the two babies, one is born on Mars, one is born on Earth. If you measure the babies by their actual wherever they're on, like the planet that they're on, it's gonna take the baby on Mars longer to get a year old than it is gonna be on Earth because it's
But
farther away from
and
the
then on top
sun.
of that, but they're still gonna be like matured the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're still
One
gonna be like the same age, just because they're on different like time sets. It's gonna be called
e-
differently.
exactly, and like I said, you can't like I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're in over our head game.
We
I
are
don't think we're
we are.
smart enough to really comprehend all this.
I'm just not. I don't know. I know what I'm talking about. Like
It's hard
in
to
here.
like illustrate what you're thinking, I
Yeah, it's
guess.
hard to. It's definitely hard to like
Eloquently.
put it in words.
Yeah.
I think if Asen was here, he'd know.
Yeah, he'd be better off than us. Smarter than Definitely smarter than me. But
Dude, he
I
is,
didn't think this is
man.
how this was gonna go today, man. I had no idea that we're gonna go to time travel.
No, it's a good topic. Definitely.
Yeah.
We just need Asen back. Maybe when Asen comes back, we can
We'll
bring back
pick back
time
up on
travel.
that. Well, you
Yeah.
wanna move into hybrid starting up tomorrow?
Yeah. Are you gonna be doing hybrid?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Do you have
I'm
to go
not.
back tomorrow? Or,
Yeah, I'm going back tomorrow because I'm what's it called, A through whatever. I'm
oh, that's
B, so
horrible. I don't have to go back until Thursday, Friday.
well, I prefer it because that way I only have to wake up early on Monday and Tuesday and not
No,
on.
Monday I get to wake up at 11, man.
I know, but so that way on the end of the week on Thursday and Friday I have to wake up at 11. So I don't have to. I'd rather get it out of the way at the beginning of the week, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. I'd rather do it later. That's kind of the life motto. Do it
I
later.
mean, I guess that way you can sleep in after the weekend.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be nice. Sundays aren't gonna be a thing anymore, to be honest.
What do you mean Sundays aren't going to be a thing? Or like
Well, 'cause
worrying
I'm
about going to bed early on Sunday, I guess.
yeah,
You don't have to treat it like a school night anymore.
yeah,
You
I
can
know
sleep
for
in.
real.
Yeah. I mean, I don't honestly know why they decided to go back at all at this point. If I was
No, okay.
LUSD,
I
what I would
think
do. Or, yeah, go ahead.
I think like
Yeah.
they have to do something because how could you go from doing nothing and then like jump right back into it?
Well, that's what
Like,
I would say that we should do is let's go out the rest of the year online. There's like over probably 75% of the kids are staying online, right? Based on
uh-huh.
from what I've heard from everyone, from my teachers, there's gonna be like 8 kids in my class, and that's for like the highest class. There's like 8 kids.
Yeah.
So let's say that the vast majority of kids are staying online. Why don't we just stay online for the rest of the school year? It's like 8 more weeks or something like that, and
I mean
then
that's
make
I mean,
sure
but that's why they
we
gave
can try to
people an
get
option.
we why don't we try to get kids vaccinated and then try to make the next year as or maybe just go for seniors only. They go back. What's it called in person? That way that if they wanted to have that option, they could.
But
But
seniors have an option to go back at this point, and still there's a lot that aren't.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a little. You just go to school to learn in a classroom for 3 hours or
I
something
mean, the
like
whole
that, and then
situation, the whole situation is horrible, right? But you have to walk before you run, right? So they they
yeah, I think
have
this
to
is just a
do
trial
this.
run for next year so they can get used to how the COVID school will be. Maybe
Yeah, I'm. That's
so
probably what it's
that
gonna
makes
be
sense.
like. I'm
Yeah.
I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping that next year when we go back, it's. I don't expect it to be completely normal.
I don't expect it to be normal for like maybe not to like 2023 or 2024 or something like that.
Really, you think it's gonna take that long?
Until everyone in the United States is vaccinated, I don't think it'll be normal.
I don't think
That's
any
just
everyone. I don't think everyone in the U.S. is gonna get vaccinated.
I that's just what I'm saying. Because think about this. I know that for the longest time they didn't want us to go back to school. Like Governor Newsom didn't want us to go back. Now he's kind of pushing us to go back. So I think that's part of the reason why we end up going back. But
There's so many people. Okay, to begin with, there's a lot of anti-vax people, right?
yeah,
I don't understand it. You can
I
have
mean,
your
it's
own
stupid.
beliefs.
Yeah.
You can have your own beliefs. But personally, I think you should believe science. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just all like conspiracy theories, essentially, that are clouding people's better judgment and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no, definitely.
Yeah, we're like they're gonna plant a chip in the vaccine. Yeah, then I'm gonna ask you this question: if you're one of these people, do you own a cell phone? And if you do you carry one in your pocket most of the time? There is a GPS chip in that cell phone, and they track you. If they wanted to track you, they could track you all the time. What makes us as a U.S. civilian so interesting that the government would want to track our every move? It's not like we're some like terrorist or something. Why do they care what Joe Schmo in Lake Elsinore is doing right now? I guess.
No, okay. I think. Okay, I'm no conspiracy theorist, right? But I definitely think the government. They definitely keep tabs on what people do, and I think it's it's like these like what's it called? These like key words, because like I heard like years ago, like if you look up on Google, if you look up like bomb instructions, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, we've all
obviously,
heard about this. Yeah. Then you get on like a
obviously,
watch list. Yeah. I get
yeah,
it.
you should obviously someone should watch after you if you're looking up bomb instructions, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that the government is like, oh, you're liking so and so's post on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't care about. I mean, that's one thing. They probably have like a watch list, like anything else. They're like, this
Yeah.
guy is a former felon. This guy did this and that. Let's put a little bit more close tabs on him than the average guy over there that's done nothing. We just kind of never had any
But
trouble with the law.
I don't know. There's so many people I think with COVID that have made a lot of people seem really dumb. Like these really dumb conspiracies.
Well, I mean, like people that saying that, yeah, well, they made it like a company like Moderna or Pfizer or whatever that's making the vaccines released COVID into the wild so they can make $1 million on vaccines. It's like,
Or even
all,
when COVID first happened and people are like, dude,
yeah,
COVID is a cover up and it's actually just Trump fighting the Illuminati. Or it's the
what?
government. No, I heard that. I heard this.
So like back when you were first in school still and stuff like that before you actually went home.
Yeah,
Like,
or
yeah,
people were like, dude, COVID is a cover up. They just want to control the people. They just want to keep a hold on us, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? And okay, there were some things with COVID where I was like, bruh, why isn't this open? Like, look at Yosemite. Yosemite and a lot of national parks were closed during
yeah,
like
that doesn't
COVID.
make sense. I mean, what's more socially distanced than a national park?
Exactly.
You can be like 20 feet away from each other at all times.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
maybe they should do limited attendance, right?
Yeah. Or just
But
make sure that they can't all be around like the same ledges and stuff like that. But as far as like the rest of the whole park, like there's a lot of stuff, the hikes and stuff like that, you can be super far away from each other.
or like camping, just do like every other
Yeah.
campsite or something like that. Like
Yeah. That's what I didn't understand about like the restaurants. Nowadays they're pretty much open, but
or I think restaurants with them being closed, it's like a horrible situation. Like I've talked about this with my parents like many times, like because there's a lot of small businesses that are being closed down, right? Because they just can't
Yeah.
afford to go under lockdown, right? And then look at all these places were buying easy ups. They were buying lights, they're buying fans in order to serve
Serve
their food outside.
Yeah.
And on top of that, restaurants were still being closed down after that because they were tightening up on restaurants again. You
I
know?
just I don't know why restaurants were such the target. I mean, I guess obviously people are close together, but if you like stay
And
like a couple tables apart from each other, I think it would be
I
fine.
don't even think restaurants are where COVID's being passed. I think COVID was probably being passed in like huge parties,
Yeah, I
or
mean, just the basic stuff. People still want to go out and party and have
COVID was
fun
probably
and
being
stuff
passed
like
more
that.
at the grocery store rather
Yeah, I
than
agree.
a
Well, the
restaurant.
thing about the grocery store is you are all grabbing onto like shelves and stuff like that. If you grab Cheerios off the shelf and you touch your hand on the shelf, and then
And I'll
someone
tell you
else
one thing: grocery
grabs
stores were
Cheerios,
never being limited. There was never like,
it's
oh,
true.
only like 10 people in the store at one time.
Actually,
You
I
know,
think at the beginning it was like that maybe,
I think at
but
some stores, the Stater Brothers by my house never did that. They never said, "Oh, only 10 people at a time," or "only 20 people." You know what I mean? It was just everyone went
yeah,
in. There was long lines. Like I remember people were back when people were hoarding. Oh my god.
yeah. Well, it's the same thing. People get scared. It's the scare tactics, or like, okay, everyone needs to. One person goes out and buys three packages of toilet paper. And next thing you know, people have like 40 packages. They buy like 40 gallons of water because it's like the end is near and all this. I
Yeah,
think that
I don't know.
COVID is obviously dangerous and that people should be very wary, especially if you're at risk and stuff like that. But it's also not like if you're in decent health, it's not gonna kill you most of the
That's what
time.
I thought.
Ninety
A
nine
lot of
percent of the time,
throughout
it's not gonna kill you.
throughout my time with COVID
I mean,
lockdown,
I had
right?
COVID,
You
and
did?
yes, I had COVID, and
All
I was
right.
fine.
Let's share your experience. Share your experience.
Okay, so I know where I got it. So I went over to a friend's house. So I'll leave his name out to to be nice, but I'm certainly gonna send this to him afterwards. You know, once this is done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So essentially, this is what he tells me. This is what he tells me. He's like, "Oh yeah, my mom has a cold, by the way," and I'm like, "Okay." So this he tells me this after I had already been over it like for hours. He's like, "Oh yeah, my mom has a cold, by the way." I was like, "Really? She has a cold?" And I was like, "Oh no, bruh." So, but at that point, it was like too late. So we were just like outside skating, goofing off with another guy that was there, and I went to sleep on the couch. And then this was like 2 days before Thanksgiving, right? And I go home, and we have Thanksgiving the next day with like all of my family members, like immediate, like not just my uncles, like Morgan, my cousin, like all of her family,
Yeah.
and just like all of mine. We went over to my house and had Thanksgiving, and I wasn't really feeling sick at the time or anything. I didn't really feel any symptoms until the next day. I felt awful. I was like sick as a dog, like in my bed, and I was like, and we were supposed to go to my grandma's. Or there you go. Yeah, go ahead. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I can keep talking. We were supposed to go to my grandma's house the next day, and so we ended up couldn't go because I was like, I think I probably have COVID. So I got a COVID test that day, like one of those fast tests outside the mall, and I
Yeah.
was positive. And slowly but so then I quarantined in my bedroom, and slowly but surely over the next like 2 to 3 weeks, everyone that was at that party at Thanksgiving except for two people got it. I think it was my aunt and my older sister were the only people out of 10 that did not get it.
So Morgan had it too?
Yeah, Morgan had it.
All right. Was it that bad? How bad was it?
It was bad for like I felt sick for like 2 days, and then after that I felt fine. That was pretty much it. The problem is like my mom like felt way sicker and stuff like that than I did. You know, if you people that are older are obviously gonna feel sicker and like not as good.
Like, I
Like
think
they
that's what
can't
sucks,
handle it as
right?
much.
That's what sucks is
Yeah.
like, okay, towards the beginning of COVID. So I remember over a year ago in like December, January, before it had come to the U.S.
Yeah.
and they're talking about it in China, and it looked horrible. Like it like they're like people are dying, like it's horrible, and I was like,
Why didn't
oh.
we not
I was
let them
like, damn.
prevent
I
it
was
coming
like,
to the
damn. This
U.S.?
sucks for China. I was like,
Yeah.
China's gonna fucking die, bro. Like, R.I.P.
I mean,
And then it came to the U.S.
yeah.
and then I got a little scared, but I didn't think we were gonna go into lockdown.
I mean, who could have seen it coming, man? It's been over a year now, but who could have seen it coming?
And
Like,
when we first went into lockdown, I was scared a little bit. No, I wasn't that scared. I was just like, all right, let's just do this
2 week
lockdown.
vacation, let's go.
I was like, let's just do this 2-week lockdown. Let's
Yeah.
get it over with. And then even after a month, I was like, come on, guys. Like,
We'll be
people
back
gotta
by
stop
May or
partying.
something,
I was like,
yeah.
come on. If everyone just stopped hanging out for like a month, it could be over.
The thing is, I feel like even if everyone has stopped, like, if anytime we interact, it's just gonna spread. I don't know how this is. Like I'm saying, the vaccine is the only way we get out of this anytime soon.
Because I think it hits like a point.
Yeah.
There's a point where, okay, if we all quarantined right now, like, it could be gone. But then it's like a point of no return. Where it's like, yeah, no, like, it's at this point, like,
At this point,
you just have to wait for
everyone
the
has
vaccine.
a vaccine, COVID's gonna exist. I think COVID's gonna be like the new flu shot. Like every year, you have to go get your COVID shot. Like
maybe I think
yeah,
if everyone just got the vaccine, COVID would die. COVID would literally die, right? Except we have a lot of people who are anti-vax who are like, no, I refuse to get the COVID vaccine. You know what I mean?
well then I feel like then we should still open up, and if they die, they die. It was their decision not to get the vaccine.
Exactly.
You know.
And another part of me thinks this is like worst mentality. This is like back of my brain, like care about nobody mentality, right?
Yeah.
Personally, me, it's not gonna affect me because I'm younger, right?
Yeah.
And then two, if you really think about it, and in a sad way, in a very, very sad way, COVID is like literal natural selection. No matter what way it came into like the world, whether it was like created in a lab or just some dumbass got like possessed and just decided to eat a bat.
Yeah.
In its own way, it is natural selection where the earth is like, yo, we got too many damn people on this planet. Like, we got
That's
to
what people are
downsize.
saying too. That's why they're like, oh, there's too many people. It was overpopulated. Now we're like cutting the population.
And
I don't know. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories.
if you,
but yeah,
like,
I
and
get
then
what
if
you're
you
saying.
really think about it,
Yeah.
if you really think about it, by us creating vaccines, we are literally playing God. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that because if we didn't have vaccines, then like it used to be like how it used to be like every 2 in 3 baby or like 1 in 3 babies would like survive like the first 2 years and all that. I think that it's fine.
No, definitely.
You know,
But if you think about it, we are, by doing this, in a sense, we've been playing God. Honestly, the human race has been playing God for a long time now.
It's like, what do you exactly mean by playing God? Like controlling our own,
controlling our own destiny.
Nature? Have we now have power over nature?
Yeah, we're literally. Obviously, people have died, but we are telling this virus like, no, you are gonna die. Like, we're gonna make a vaccine, and you're gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? Like, we don't care that you think there's too many people on this planet. We think there's not enough.
Well, I don't necessarily think that like that God sent down COVID-19 and said there's too many people on the earth or something.
No,
you know.
No,
There's been plagues in the past. There's been many plagues in the past.
There has been.
There's like the Black Plague in Europe, and like there was like Spanish flu and all that. That there has been plagues in the past, but the thing is, back then they didn't quarantine.
They didn't quarantine.
This one.
They didn't have vaccines, right?
Yeah. So people just died. Then it was like over with. Because what people died, everyone else that didn't die survived, and we just moved on.
And then that was their downsizing.
Obviously, that wouldn't fly. We're not just gonna let millions of people die when it was preventable.
We're not gonna just be like, damn, I guess he died, man.
Yeah. So that's why it's gonna last years and years and years, because it's gonna be like near impossible to eradicate it. There's always gonna be some like people at risk, and there's always people that are not vaccinated. They're at such I don't
think it's gonna take years and years. I think after 2021. I think by the end of 2021, we should be back to somewhat of a normal. I don't think it's gonna be like back to completely how it was, but Knott's is opening up, Disney's opening up. I think people are gonna be allowed to have concerts. Schools are opening up. Like, look at hybrid. Like, even though it's not necessarily gonna be exactly like how it was, the government is at least trying to, like I said, they're walking before they're running. They're making baby steps, and we're getting there.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I think that we're gonna be wearing masks for years, though. I don't think masks are going anywhere for sure. Whenever we go outside, we're gonna wear masks for like a long time, like 2 to 3 years.
I think masks. This is what I think is gonna happen. I think masks are gonna be gone somewhat soon, but there's just gonna be people
that wear masks
that wear masks
for like a long time.
Yeah, like because there was germaphobes before COVID, and then there's gonna be like way more like germaphobes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think COVID's so weird like that.
I don't know, man. Whenever I just stop and actually think about like how long it's been that we've been in COVID.
I know, dude.
It's kind of surreal.
I remember hearing like about the new normal, and I was like, dude. I was like, we're not going to be in lockdown for that long.
We're not going to be in lockdown so long that I've gotten used to it. It's like how I live now.
It's like weird now to even think back of like regular school and like going to school every day. And
I mean, it's going to be weird. It's like since March 13th, 2020, we haven't been to school, right? So now, tomorrow, April 12th, 2021, like 390 some odd days since we went.
It's like 400 days. It's like almost 400 days.
And I think that, honestly, the thing that's going to be worse for is, like, little kids. Like, kids that are in, like, 3rd grade and stuff.
I've thought about that, too. Like,
because if you're, like, trying to learn, like, the most, like, important developmental years of your life on a computer, I think that can only hurt you. Now, like, obviously, we're, like, 16, 17, 18 years old in high school. We're not learning that much, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Major life skills in... I mean, obviously, it's important, but I feel like elementary school is much more important to be there and present in person to learn it.
Or even, like, middle school, too. Like, with social cues, right? How is someone maturely supposed to change from being, like, a 4th grader to now, like, being, like, a 6th grader, like, considered, like, a middle schooler? You know what I mean? Or even, like, stopping in the middle of 6th grade and then coming back and they're like in 8th grade. Or even, I don't know, like my sister, like she's doing her freshman year right now. Yeah, if she were to not go back until next year, which some freshmen are, they're technically going to be like a freshman, but they're like a sophomore.
It's like they've never been to school. Like they've never been to to high school before in their 2nd year.
Exactly. That's what I think is crazy.
Obviously, school is more than just learning your math, English, like elective. It's also about being surrounded by people of your own age,
and like learning to like work with
how to get along. And I think that that's probably maybe as important as actual education. That's why I think homeschooling doesn't work.
I definitely think homeschool doesn't work at all. I think like most people
learn by yourself all the time, and it's always at your own pace. Then it's gonna be too easy on you. Like it's not always gonna be at your own.
And pace when are people gonna learn like a deadline, or or like I said, how to like work with other people? You know what I mean? I think that's the main thing, is working with other people and just getting along with people and knowing how to act.
Yeah.
I don't know, that just... And then they just end up being, like, weird Not all of them. I'm not trying
Not
to
all of them. Some of them.
talk
Shout out
smack on
Josh
people who are
Flannery.
homeschooled.
He's pretty normal.
Who?
Josh Flannery.
Dude, no disrespect to my boy Flannery, but he I don't know. R.I.P. R.I.P. my boy.
I just feel like by homeschooling your kid, you're kind of robbing them of an important like growing or growth in their life, or like
You know, you
an
definitely
opportunity
are.
for
You're
growth.
definitely robbing
Yeah.
them. And I understand there's many reasons for homeschooling, where there's bullying or time management or any sort of form, but it's definitely a trade-off, and I do agree that you're robbing them of how to be social.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. King has been gone for quite some time.
I know. Should I
Yeah.
try calling him?
Yeah, give him a call.
Let's see. I'm gonna try calling him from the computer. Let's see.
I mean, it's been almost an hour and he's still not back.
Will it still record my audio with me calling Ayson?
You just want to use your phone then?
Damn, it stopped recording. Bro, this fool really had us record and just keep going, and he's at a restaurant right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this could honestly just be its own whole episode. We probably would have to do another one.
I think the episode
Yeah.
went pretty good.
I think this was a pretty good episode, but Asian King was not involved
I
whatsoever.
know Ayson was just in
Yeah.
it, he just said what's up and then dipped.
Yeah, he was just the intro man.
I do think today was his sister's birthday though.
Okay.
So I think that's why he left. But I don't know. I don't know why he didn't even say anything when he left. He just
like threw up a peace sign. And for those viewing it or listening at home, before Ayson left, well, we're on Zoom right now, and he just like flashed a peace sign. He's in his closet.
Did he actually throw up a peace sign? I didn't
threw
see
up a
it.
peace sign, closed the door, and never came back. And that was
I
like
didn't
an hour.
see that. I just saw all of a sudden it was like, you are now the meeting host. And I was like, huh? And I just saw it like he had a black screen.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Usually, do we have anything more to talk about?
so I don't know. We probably could wrap something up real quick. So one final topic to finish it off.
Right. What else can we talk about? I don't know. Swim. How you been doing in swim?
I've been doing okay. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm on a varsity, but I really don't know anything because they didn't really taught me anything last year. Because I didn't swim freshman year. Like I don't have good technique or anything. I just kind of, I don't know. I use like a little bit of natural athleticism to just kind of carry me through everything that I like, all my swimming.
I definitely have. I think I have form, like at least a little bit of form.
I feel like Gabe, you're best at the backstroke. Your underwaters are actually kind of good,
dude.
What I've seen.
I don't even know why, bro. I just got them gorilla lungs, man.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like I'm not crazy fast. I'm no like record breaker, but I think for JV, I've been too fast for JV in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like since freshman year, I don't know.
Well, do you like win the majority of your races or what?
Kind of. I don't know. Like I've been like the top of JV since like freshman year.
Yeah, they just won't move you up for some reason.
They just won't move me up, man. I'm like almost there, just not there yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Gabe Ezralov. Shout out to Gabe Ezra.
Shout
He
out Gabe
was.
Ezralov, man.
I
That
haven't
hey,
seen him for a long time.
no, I saw him
Yeah.
at that drive-in movie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's in Army Reserve right now.
So he
He's
did end up doing that.
Yeah, he
Maybe
ended up
that's
doing
why.
it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, didn't he like have to go in the army like during high school? I guess, or something like that.
He might
Or,
have
like, he went to
finished.
boot
I
camp
think he
during high
might have
school?
went to Ortega and just finished.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's in Army Reserve. He comes. I think he like goes out. He works on like an army base in like Maine for like a couple weeks or something, and then he does like college out there, and then he comes back for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
His
crazy.
situation, like specifically, is kind of goated. But
Well, I know his brother was in the army too.
oh, he was.
Yeah. I knew their family a little bit. We used to go to the same church for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I just met him from Polo.
Yeah.
I knew Seth. Shout out Seth.
Seth Zorn?
Yeah, I knew him
Yeah.
before Polo because my sister was in Girl Scouts with his sister.
Yeah. I pretty much knew no one at Elshorn before I went there. Maybe like
No,
2 or 3
I was friends
kids.
with Ayson. For other people who are watching, I've been friends with Ayson since preschool. We played t-ball together. We were kind of the young goats.
I feel like probably every American child has played some form of like softball or baseball at some point.
Yeah. No, honestly,
almost all of them.
if you didn't play baseball as a kid, I don't know.
At least for like
I don't know how
one
you-
year, like at least 1 year, you had to at least played it for a little bit.
I don't know. I think that's so weird. Like now that I think about it, that's like a long time ago. But I just still have that memory of playing baseball.
Yeah, you should go back in your memory bank, do a little callback. Yeah, you could watch
That'd
your
be
baseball
cool.
game.
Hey, checking it
Yeah.
back to early in the episode,
Yeah.
if I could relive those moments, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Ayson's dad always brings up, or at least he used to. He used to bring up that I used to like draw circles in the dirt. So like back when I wasn't like as close of friends with Ayson, I'd see his dad like at Stater Brothers. He'd be like, "Hey man, you still drawing circles in the dirt?" Sometimes I'd be like, "Nah, man, that's in the past." Other times I'd be like, "Hell yeah, man, I'm drawing circles in the dirt." You know.
Yeah.
I don't
Ace
know.
dad's a cool guy.
He is cool.
I wish Ace was on here so you could talk about his new car, man.
I know, dude. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to talk about his new car next week. We'll leave
Yeah.
that for him. Man, he doesn't even have a license and he has a car already.
I mean, I do have my license, but I do not have a
I have my
car.
license. No car.
Yeah. I get to drive my sister's car all the time anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But
Was it Emily?
yep. Shout out Emily.
Shout out Emily.
Yeah.
No, I drive my parents' car. Kind of lame.
But is that like the green?
I kind of switch off between the Prius and the Camry.
Oh,
I prefer the Camry.
Camrys are really easy to drive. Like really easy to drive.
And the Camry that we have is kind of really nice. It's faster than the Prius. The speakers are louder than the Prius. The seats are like
is
nicer.
Pretty much practical car, like all the way to the top.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, definitely.
It's like the Prius is like, okay, I'm getting this car, for nothing else than to be practical. And then
I'm like, okay, a Prius. No,
yeah,
a Prius is good for someone who likes to like save money. Like my dad used to do it because my dad went to law school, and he had to drive out like an hour, like probably almost 2 hours, right? Like each way.
Wait, is your dad a
And
lawyer?
yeah, he's now a lawyer. It's kind of crazy.
That's sick. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
Um,
I tried to cut you off.
no, it's chill, but
Yeah.
it's a good car because it's like really cheap on gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Well, you doesn't get like 40 miles per gallon or something like that. Something
it's something
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
And then like
it's just
obviously
because
in the other end you have like cars that actually have to take like premium gas and like V8 engines and all that. So that like the cost just goes up, but it's like pure like
it's a trade off. Because like
comfort. It's
if you
like
get like a
yeah.
truck, if you have a truck, that's something that's really like utility and like it can help you. Like let's say you need like to move a fridge. Like you're not gonna be able to move a fridge in like a Prius, but if
Yeah.
you have a truck, you could easily move that fridge.
Well, you could put it in
But
the back, yeah. Yeah,
that truck is gonna be horrible on
that
gas.
that truck guzzles gas, yeah.
But the Prius is like super cheap on gas, so it's definitely a trade off.
I mean, there's pros and cons to like as far as trucks versus cars versus like I mean, I don't know how you feel about electric cars and what's it called, hybrids and stuff like that.
I think the Prius that we have technically a hybrid, but I don't think it's anything like crazy. I think it only
Like
has
now that
like
the Tesla truck's coming out, I guess the two worlds are like combining a bit.
yeah. The only thing about like electric cars that I think kind of sucks is like how long, like let's say you're going on like a road trip and you're
Yep,
trying to
road
take an
trips.
electric car.
You can't take them. Well, if it's just like over like the 200 or so miles you can go, you have to like stop and wait. Like I know they have like quick charge stations for like the Teslas and stuff like that. It's
Uh-huh.
still like 30 minutes to charge up your car. So that's like adding
Yeah.
all that time to your like. So let's say you're going like you're trying to go a couple of states. So you want to say you're going like Arizona or something like that, and you're driving like 400 miles. You might have to
Yeah.
stop 2 or 3 times on the way there to charge your car for half an hour. It adds like an hour and a half plus to your drive, which
Yeah,
is
definitely.
really inconvenient. Obviously, as far as like a commuting car, if you especially if you are at like you go to a workplace that has like an electric car charger, there's not a better car out there than the Tesla. You don't have to drive it; it drives itself. As far as on for highways,
Dude, I think it
yeah,
might have been me and Ayson who were talking about like no, it was me and Amin. We're talking about self-driving cars,
yeah.
and that is crazy. The fact that like some people trust their car enough to like fall asleep and just let their car drive.
Yeah, well, that's weird. That's well, apparently it drives better than you can. The computer can. It's
Dude, I
faster
don't know.
reacting and stuff like
Dude,
that.
I don't know if it could drive better than I can.
I
Like,
think it
okay,
definitely could.
no. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm in no. I'd say I'm a really good driver in my opinion, right? In
Okay.
my
I'm
opinion,
glad, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah.
I'm not mistake proof, right?
Yeah.
I've every once in a blue moon, I'll be like, oh, damn. But then I'll just move on and keep driving like the perfect driver that I usually do. Drive like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing about computers and stuff like that is that they mess up. You know what I mean?
What we're getting. What I guess would be worried about is, let's say you're driving down the highway, and what I think is going to happen in the future is every single car on the highway is going to be driving itself, right? Like it's like let's say this 50 years from now, every car on
Mm-hmm.
the highway is driving itself, and they all were talking to each other. They all are like responding to each other, and
Yeah.
so like maybe you guys are going like 100 miles an hour on the road because you can go faster now because all the cars are in sync. There's no more traffic. So like
Yeah.
like this car says, wait, what if someone was able to somehow like hack into it or disrupt like the
That's what I was
cars
about to say. Like,
driving
what if the
itself
network goes down?
and it like they all just start crashing each other? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that there's been more lives saved by Teslas driving themselves that have been like taken. Like there's been like 2 or 3 accidents that are Tesla's fault and like hundreds of thousands of them like
You
saving
want
and
to know what
stuff.
else is? You know what a
But
fault is about
what?
Teslas and everything being electric is even your doors with the Tesla are electric. If your car runs out of electricity, you cannot open your door. You
Really?
cannot roll down your window.
Well, you,
Like
well, you can't roll down
you
your window if your
you,
car's
you
battery
can't
is
do
dead
it. You have
normally.
to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're
So
saying, but
so if somehow you're driving your Tesla and it goes off the road into water, you are screwed because you cannot
really,
open your door.
is that really true?
I'm pretty damn sure you cannot
Well,
open
when
your
you're on
door.
the inside, I think you'd be able to open it.
I don't think you can open. I'm not trying to get aggressive, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you can't open your door
Okay,
when
then I think that's what you have to. Then you have to like break the window or whatever. Like,
yeah,
do
you have to
you
break the
have one of those
window.
things in your car that's like the window glass breaker?
Yeah, I think we used to have one.
Yeah,
I don't know where it's at.
in my mom's truck in the glove compartment, it's like this. It has like a seatbelt cutter. It's like a
Yeah, we have one of
multi-tool,
those.
and so like say, when you fall into the water in your car in the situation, you have like two options. You can either wait for water to fill up the whole car so that the pressure is like equalized, and then you can open the door, or you
Or you have to
can
do it immediately.
or you can do it like somewhat immediately. But if you're like going down, or you have to cut the seatbelt and break the window and swim out. That's pretty much your options. You can either like as soon as you fall in before like the car slowly gets fully underwater, you can open the door, or you can wait till it fully sinks to the bottom and then like where it all fills up with water, or you can cut the what's it called seatbelt and go out the window. But I feel like everyone should have at least a freaking multi tool in their car. They can break the window.
No, definitely.
Because
People
yeah,
definitely need to.
yeah, especially if you're driving near the ocean and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
good chance you'll die like either way if they fall off a big cliff. But I don't know.
No, I mean, if you fall in the water and you're in a car, you're not gonna die from the impact. You just need to make sure to get out the
Don't
car,
drown. Yeah.
and you need to get out the car quick because if not, then you're just gonna sink.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, "Damn, this is what the bottom of the ocean looks like." Not gonna know this for much longer.
Especially because like if you're in a car, you're gonna sink really far, and like that can do some damage to your like eardrums and stuff like that too.
You'd probably explode if I'm be real.
Yeah, because like um, you have to even like when you scuba dive, you have to like spend so long waiting till like
Weren't
your
you
body
talking
gets
about this
used
like
to it.
yesterday?
Yeah. Or the other day I was talking about bubbles in the bloodstream. Uh but
Yeah.
like how they used to have vaccines that were like aerosol and they would like put them through your arm and like instead of like a syringe, it would just like shoot into your bloodstream. But then people died because it creates a bubble like it creates bubbles in your blood that would like hit your heart and then it's like stops bleeding and then like cause heart attacks and stuff like that.
Dude, they're just
But
trying to give people the vaccine quick.
yeah, I mean, it was completely unsanitary too because they're using the same aerosol on like 100 people in a row and stuff like that. It was the 60s.
Which, if I'm be real,
Yeah.
that doesn't even make sense because
Yeah.
pressing the button to give a vaccine, like pressing down on that, it doesn't even take that long. It takes maybe like a second.
Oh, like to actually like give the vaccine. Well, it's because
Yeah,
you could use the same like tool for everyone. You wouldn't have to change it all the time. You could like wipe it down and use the same one. I don't know because you
that
can only
doesn't
use a
make sense.
syringe once.
That's still not sanitary, but
I know it wasn't sanitary, but it's like back in like the Civil War and stuff like that. They would literally all they would do when like when you if you got shot in the leg or in the arm, they would just chop it off like right away. They wouldn't even try to save the leg because it would just get infected. So they would just take like the same rusty saw they used on Johnny's leg to your left, like 2 seconds ago, and then cut your leg at the same time.
that's horrible. That's
I
actually
know.
horrible.
And all they would do is like give you like a couple of shots of whiskey and like a towel to bite on or something like that.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I'm glad I live in the 21st century. I'm not
No,
cut out for
I
roughing
definitely
it.
am glad.
Yeah.
Or like ancient
Yeah.
Egypt, bro. Oh my God. Be horrible.
Obviously now with COVID and stuff, it sucks, but at least we're in a pandemic where we know about germs, not like in Europe where everyone just goes and dies and they say
Even like not with
God
like,
says that you have to go to church to survive and stuff like that.
even not with like germs like that, just being able to be like your own person and be, even though we have a government, being like essentially free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like halfway free. The other half is like, I don't know. Do you ever think about like government and how much like they like tell us what to do?
That's it's happening more and more. That's what this COVID I don't really like is how much the government has been able to influence how what obviously it's important that we don't all go out and guidelines are important, but I don't think that they should be able to necessarily create laws based on COVID necessarily. I think they should
I
rely
don't
on
think they will
guidelines.
base laws.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they've already made laws, but I don't know. Like when I said how much like the government controls you, I was
Yeah.
like thinking like the fact that like you have to pay taxes and like I
Well,
think the idea of communism, not necessarily everyone sharing, but if you could even take it back to like hunter gatherer times, right? Where
yeah.
there was just like villages and there wasn't these huge governments, right? Essentially, you could have, if everyone didn't fight, you could have like a peaceful society where everyone just depends on themselves and no one depends on anyone
Well,
else.
communism hypothetically could work in a group of like 30 people. That's when I think communism could work. But the
It doesn't
moment
work
you
on like mass scales.
with the problem with communism is we've never gotten to the point where it is true communism where everyone in the entire collective is the same. Well, what happened to what's it called? Joseph Stalin. He was never like every other Bolshevik and all them and the rest of his what's it called and all of Russia. He was like the same as everyone else. He was above everyone else. So therefore, it's not
Yeah.
communism. And that's why it doesn't work. And that's why I don't think that socialism really works that well either. I mean, socialism is kind of coming
I
more in the
get
United
confused as to what
States.
socialism is, if
So
I'm being real.
essentially, communism is what's it called? I don't know. Like everyone gets the same no matter what. Like you uh doesn't matter if you work or what you do, like everyone gets the same stuff in every single household. It's like fair beyond belief. Which but
Hmm.
the problem with communism is there's no incentive to work. If you
Exactly.
if you work, you get the same. If you're the hardest worker in your factory, you get the same as the guy that slacks off all day. When there's no incentive to work, people don't work. That's just human nature. Which is what's kind of happening with the stimulus checks right now in the United States, and they're just wasting them. People just waste. I mean, of course, I'm sure you've seen the stimmy memes
Hmm.
nowadays, like freaking spending money on, like, it's supposed to stimulate the economy. If we just spend money on like random crap we don't need, like clothes and shoes and video games
I
and
just
shit like
remember
that,
a
it's just
long time ago,
pointless.
right? A couple months
Yeah.
ago, I went to get a haircut
Yeah.
and I got it cut by like a family member. He has his own barber shop,
Yeah.
right? He was saying, I was like, yo, I was like, do you have like any other people who work in the shop with you? He's like, yeah, normally, yeah, but they stopped coming in because they were making more off of unemployment than they were like coming in because they weren't hustling, they weren't shouting out like, oh, come get your hair cut by me. They were just kind of going with the flow and making more money off of unemployment than by
Yeah.
actually cutting hair and working hard.
Yeah. That's the
And
thing. They're taking. I mean, I think that what's it called? Having unemployment is important. Like if people, I don't think people should go under because they lose their jobs necessarily, but I also
yeah,
don't think that people should be able to like work the system for the rest of their lives and never get a job. And here's the
definitely.
definition of communism or socialism, by the way. Basically, it's just saying that a political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. So basically, regulating that the government, like America itself, can regulate how business works, which
Yeah,
amongst
so
yeah,
essentially we're capitalism and socialism just mixed, right?
yeah. Oh,
I
it's
think I think we're at like a pretty decent mix. I don't think we're doing
think
horrible.
I think we should stop like right now as far as like this would be pretty good. Or getting or maybe a little bit here and there, add and take it away, but I think we're about good as far as I don't think that we should have a bazillion government programs and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. The government definitely does do a lot of really good things, but then in other times I think it does like
Just waste money, you know.
yeah, like I remember my dad talking about how like California roads and how horrible they are.
Oh yeah, I
And
feel like every dad talks about that. My dad
yeah,
talks about that all the time. Yeah,
and he's always like, dude, they always take our taxes and say that they're gonna work on
fix
the
the
roads.
roads. Yeah.
Or even look at like the California like that monorail thing that they were gonna build.
Oh yeah, the bullet train.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
essentially that's a
it's just
solid idea.
useless. I mean, well, the problem with the bullet train is it's only from like LA to San Diego, and it only like stops in LA and San Diego. So I don't know. It was a
It's like a
somewhat
good
cool
idea.
idea.
It's a good idea,
Yeah.
and they take the taxes and say that they're gonna do it, but it doesn't end up happening.
Yeah.
It's like
But I think in places like New York and like San Francisco and all that, public transportation is a good idea because everything is so centralized.
yeah, it's so compact.
Yeah, but the problem with a place like California is even my dad commutes to Orange County like an hour every day.
Yeah, same
So
same with my dad.
they
He
have to
commutes to like
drive.
LA
You have to commute from where we live here because it's too expensive to live in Orange County
LA
or in
or Orange
LA.
County.
And so you have to, and plus the traffic, so you have to spend all this time driving. And what's it called? So then public transportation doesn't work. If everyone was all centralized like it is in New York and everywhere else, where uh, like your apartment's down the block from where you work,
You know what I
obviously
also
it's a lot
think?
more
Like
convenient.
I think like with California roads, like how people always like complain.
Yeah.
The what's it called? The capital of California is all the way in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And like they're always like, dude, like our roads are fine, but then like people in Southern California, like roads are horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of weird that the capital of California is Sacramento when literally it's like one of the lesser known cities, I feel like, in California.
It's only known because it's the capital. I
Like
mean,
if Sacramento wasn't the capital, it didn't have the Kings. Like, would you even know what Sacramento is? You know what I
no,
mean?
no one
It's
would
in the
know.
middle of. It's literally in the middle of Central California, and like where they like pick fruit and stuff like that. It's like in the
No, Sacramento's more
Yeah.
up north, I'm pretty
up
sure.
north, or it's like up north. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Sacramento's.
I don't think I've ever been to Sacramento.
I went to Sacramento. I think it's close. I don't actually know specific where it's at. I'm pretty sure it's up north.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours from here, like to the north.
Let me just look it up on my phone. Oh, my laptop just died.
Well, I think that's probably about a sign. It's been about an hour and a half of recording.
Yeah, I think we got a solid episode.
Yeah. Well, you want to do an outro or something like that?
Yeah, thank you to everyone who has stopped by and listened to the podcast. Especially if you listened all the way to now, definitely appreciate it. Definitely a little bit longer than last episode. I really hope you guys come back and listen to the podcast again. There should be another episode next week, hopefully. So stick around and thank you for joining. Hopefully, Ayson will be back.
Yeah. So thank you, Gabe, for having me on.
Yeah, I'd love to have you on again sometime.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
And it was a pleasure. I think we got a pretty solid episode out. So
No, it definitely was a solid episode. The whole hybrid and COVID, I was fire.
Yeah. Well, next time, hopefully, Ayson will be here, so we can have more.
Yeah, definitely.
Better dynamic.
Shout out Ayson.
Shout out Ayson. All right.
All right.